So starting a mountain pose. Yeah. Right. So just continue to arrive in the space, taking a few deep breaths. You might breathe in through your nose. You can exhale through your nose or out through your mouth. Maybe add a little circle with your shoulders. Yes, we'll check in with the body, with your neck. And just work your way down the body. With your hips, your knees and your feet. Good. Just making your way here. You might come to stillness and just pay attention to your breathing. Where it feels good, just continue that gentle flow and movement of the body. Slow, steady breaths. A reminder that the breath is the foundation of our practice. It allows us to be here in the moment, perhaps finding stillness, perhaps just finding that deeper connection to self, and just being fully aware. And soon breath will help guide you and move you through your practice. And as always, move as you need to move. Just listen to your own body. Even if I instruct something, but your body is asking you to do something else, listen to your body. Bringing a bit more energy to the breath as you inhale. Just feel breath rising upward, filling up your lungs, perhaps an expansiveness across the chest. As you exhale, as you're able, just draw your navel inward towards your spine, that light contraction of your abdominal muscles, the abdominal lock. Get a nice slow breath in, feeling the lengthening in your spine. Breath helping to expand your lungs. And the exhale, connecting to your center. Good. Let's take 3 more breaths like this. Using these breaths to prepare your body to move. When you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. Just treat it like a nice stretch. Reach all the way up. And exhale, let's fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Guide your way down. You might touch your toes, but you don't have to touch your toes. And inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or your knees and extend your spine. Feel like you're coming forward. You might even feel your weight shift towards your toes. And then exhale, just melt your way back down to your forward fold. Again, it'd be a partial fold, or just allow yourself to hang heavily forward, letting gravity draw you downward. Feel that heaviness. And just continue with deep breaths here. And while you're here, noticing sensations in the body, what's showing up for you. This standing forward fold, noticing what's happening in your back. Down through your legs, your shoulders and neck. Just 2 more breaths here. Get ready to stand. Just shift your weight back into your heels. Bend your knees like you're about to sit down. Feel that re-extension of your spine. Then take your arms out to the side as you now inhale to rise up. That's another nice stretch, reaching beyond the ceiling. And exhale, you can bring your hands down to your heart or down to your side. Just pause, take a breath. Let's continue. Inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Feel the lengthening through the sides of your body. Exhale, let's fold forward. Bending the knees, feel the curvature of the spine. A nice complete release here at the end as you're able. Inhale, slide your hands up the legs to re-extend the spine, creating that flat back. Exhale, back down to your forward fold. Again, a partial fold is fine. Ready to stand, shifting weight into the heels, bend your knees, then inhale. Sweep your arms out, reaching up, standing tall. Exhale, hands to heart or arms down to your side. Another pause. Find your breath. Good. And just allow the breath to continue to guide you through your practice. Here we go. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, going through our sun salutation. Exhale, let's fold forward. Moving at your own pace. Inhale, rise up halfway, for the crown of your head lead you forward. Exhale, fold. Make your way down, all the way down. So you can bring your hands down to the floor, then walk, step, or even hop both feet back until you're in plank pose, your high push-up position. And just feel the body draw a straight line here, just as you did in mountain pose, that lengthening of the body. Let's breathe in, ready to move. Exhale, bend your knees a little to send your hips up into the air. We're just taking our shortcut to downward facing dog. Make any adjustments as you need to with your feet, perhaps your hands. Settle into the pose. Find movement if it feels good. You can keep that movement going or find stillness. Just be with the breath, be with the posture. Let's prepare the body to move. Another full breath in. As you exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of your mat to your forward fold. We'll inhale to extend the spine. Long, flat back. Exhale, back down we go. Let's inhale, reverse the swan dive, come back up to standing, reaching to the air, another stretch. Keep it moving right into chair pose as you exhale. Feeling the weight shift back into your hips and heels, perhaps outstretched arms, but they can also be bent. Breathe in and exhale. Let's dive out of the chair, down to your toes, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. And your exhale all the way down to the earth to plant your hands. Walk, step, or hop, both feet back. There's plank pose. Again, you can take that same shortcut to downward facing dog, or with your exhale, bend elbows, lower your body down in a straight line, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can come all the way down to the floor if you'd like. And inhale, just pressing into the floor, lifting the chest, opening into your back bend. And exhale onto your toes, feeling the hips float right up into the air. You return to downward facing dog. Again, arrive in the pose, step into place, and then we'll continue. When you're ready, inhale, extend right leg up behind you, reaching back energetically. There it is. In your exhale, to step right foot to the top of the mat, like you're stepping over something. Good. Left heel turns to the floor. Be sure to shift your weight back into that foot. Find your balance on 2 feet. Long spine, then inhale, hinge from hips rising up, reaching into the air. There's our warrior one. There it is. Exhale, fold, making our way back down to the ground. Plant your hands firmly. Slide the right foot back to meet the other. And finish your sequence. The shortcut's fine, or any variation of flow and movement of the body. Just move with breath and just guide your way eventually to downward facing dog. Move as you need to move. Continue to listen and respond appropriately to your body. When you're ready, inhale, extend left leg up, reaching back, find the wall. Exhale, stepping over the imaginary object to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the floor behind you, shifting the weight back. Once you've found it, hinge from hips. You've got it, rising up, reaching to the air. Active arms and hands. Exhale, hinge and fold. Plant your hands. And pull or slide the left foot back. There's plank pose, finishing your sequence. Meeting together in downward facing dog. We'll get into our back bend. So we're just going to make your way to a seat. You might kneel down And then take a seat off to the side, swing the legs around to the front. Be sure you're sitting in the center of your mat. Yeah, so you have room behind you so you can roll down onto your back. Feel free to hug your knees into your chest. And just take a moment like you did in mountain pose just to check in with the body. Ensure the quality of the breath, any movement. When you're ready, go ahead and plant your feet into the floor with knees bent, moving into our bridge pose. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale to empty your belly. Use that engagement and power to lift your hips up into the air. And as you're able, you might walk your arms and shoulders underneath you. You might need to rock your body left and right a few times to get the arms underneath you. It might even help to open the chest a little bit as you do that. If you need a little extra stability, use your hands and literally lift yourself up or hold yourself up, or just press the backs of your arms into the floor, bend your elbows, bring the arms to 90 degrees and just press into the mat. Deep breaths here. Feel the engaged body, very active, filling the whole front side of the body with this pranic energy. 2 more breaths. And coming out of the pose, start by wiggling the feet forward a little bit. Extend your arms up into the air or behind you, just making space so you can make your way down safely. Soft landing. Go ahead and draw knees to chest. You're going to make your way back up to seated, so you might rock your way up to seated or roll to one side and press yourself up to seated, and then just come to boat pose here. Any variation of boat to get into your core strength and energy. Good, that's it. Yeah, feel free to hold on to the backs of the legs with bent knees, active feet. So flex the feet or point your toes, either one, yes. Keeps the legs strong. That might allow you to release the legs if you want, or continue to hold on. Make sure there's an extended spine. Deep breathing. So an inhale, filling up the lungs. Exhaling. That can be through the mouth if you need to. So you can feel the air leave the belly. We'll hold here for about 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes. You can do it. We are going to be tapping into power. I've called this class Reveal Your Warrior. Reveal Your Warrior. Okay, so this is part of that energetic piece. Okay, let's move breathing in. And exhale, cross legs, hands in front or to the side. So you can swing the feet back or hop or step back into plank pose. Nice strong straight line. You might even still feel that core connection. Still feel the belly button pull up towards spine. From here, just take a shortcut to down dog. Just bend your knees a little, send your hips into the air. And we'll keep it moving. So inhale, extend right leg up. Hold it there just to feel the extension, because you're going to open the hip. So you're going to bend your knee. That's it. Bring your heel down towards your backside a little bit and lift the knee towards the ceiling. Even just a little, you'll start to feel a slight turn of the body, mainly your hips, towards the right side of the room. There it is. Okay, breathing in. And the exhale to unwind and step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Preparing for Warrior One. Left heel will turn to the floor behind you. Find that center. When you're ready, hinge from hips, rising up, reaching into the air. And our exhale, turn your torso towards the left side of the room. Arms come down to parallel. Here's Warrior Two. So beginning to experience our warriors. Strong foundation. Okay. We have a deep lunge happening here, so strong legs. Long torso, outstretched arms. Maybe your gaze is out past your right hand. And then side angle pose. Just follow that right hand forward a little bit. Angled upper body. Rotate your arms. Just a side angle pose. Nice openings of the body. Hips, torso. Even a nice stretch and lengthening through the left side of your body. Breathing. Here we go. Take a breath in. And the exhale, let's carefully turn and fold, hands back down to the floor. Step back into plank pose. Stay here, a couple breaths. Inhale just to feel the length of the body. Exhale, continue to feel the belly button pull up towards spine. Feel that engagement. Maybe that second exhale, go ahead and take it to down dog, the shortcut. Bend the knees, hips into the sky. Hips just float into the air. Other side, inhale, extend left leg up into the air. And bend and twist open. So bending the knee, a slight lift of the knee. There's our twist, our opening of the hips. The twist is really the spine and torso a little bit. But a nice opening for the hips. Inhale again, ready to move. On your exhale, that's it. Unwind it, step through, left foot to the top of the mat. Back to our warrior one. Plant that right heel down behind you. Float your way up when you're ready. Nice extension through your arms. Exhale, opening to the right side of the room. Here's our warrior two. Yeah, make adjustments with the feet. Make sure the left foot, your toes, your knee are pointing forward. That back foot, just turn the foot any way you need to so it feels okay on your joints, your ankle and your knee for sure. Follow your left arm forward, angled upper body, rotate into your side angle pose. I tend to stay up high in this pose. You're certainly welcome to go lower using a block to bring the floor a little bit closer to you if you'd like. Good extensions, opening up. Breathe. Good, here we go. Breathing in, ready to move. Exhale, let's carefully turn. Here's our fold, hands back down to the floor, back to our plank pose. You can take that same shortcut to down dog or finish the push-up this time, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your back bend. Could be an upward facing dog or a cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hold there for a breath. Getting ready to move, filling up the lungs. Inhale. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of the mat. Here's our forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose. That's our long, flat back. Feel like you're coming forward. Then back down we go. Weight shift into your heels. Bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Yes. Back up, reaching to the sky. Exhale, arms down to your side. There we are. Good. And we'll check in there. We'll shake of the shoulders, circles. Check in with your head and neck. All right. We have some balancing to do with our practice. Start with tree pose. So start shifting your weight into your right foot, rooting into the earth, pressing down. Feel the lengthening of the spine. The inhale. Exhale, draw belly in as our core connection. And we'll float the left foot up off the floor. Maybe a flexed foot to keep the leg active. Here's our hip opener as the knee kind of swings out to the side, corner or side of the room. And then just placing the foot on the inside of the standing leg. If you need more support, go to a wall, use a wall or some object to lean against, or even just bring your foot all the way down to the floor if you need to. When you're ready, let's go ahead and sweep the arms up into the air. That's an in-breath. And the exhale, that same core connection. Okay, our really kind of activating or being reminded of our third chakra, okay, solar plexus, the place of power. Okay, good balance. Nice. Let's keep the arms extended. We'll swing the left knee forward, lifting the knee with the flexed foot perhaps. Plant the foot into the ground and bring your arms back down by your side. Finishing that segment, so shake it out. Check in, what's happening. Breath. Okay. Whenever you're ready, finding balance on 2 feet. Soft knees. And then your weight shift into left foot press. Feel the energy in the leg. Let it grow up the body, inhaling. Exhale to connect to your center, yet we'll peel the right foot up off the floor. Maybe a 90-degree angle there. Out at an angle or out to the side. Placing foot on the inside of the standing leg. Yeah, if you need to, grab hold of the ankle, press, or place the foot on the inner thigh if you need to or want to. Okay, calf is good, or even down to the floor. Inhale, taking the arms up as you reach up. Continue lifting yourself up. Yeah, get a little lighter, longer, taller. Okay, if you lose balance, it's just part of the practice. Finding something perhaps to focus on out in front of you. Mainly because you have that ability. You can see the wall, you can see the floor, just whatever is out in front of you. Helping you to focus. Let's keep the arms extended. We'll swing that right knee forward now, lifting knee, flexed foot. Just keep that leg active, plant the foot. There's our base, arms back down by your side. Let it go. Take a breath. Okay, whenever you're ready to flow, moving with your own breath. Inhale, reach into the air. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose, long flat back. Exhale, fold and bend. All the way down, hands to the floor, hop or step back into plank pose. Come down if you'd like, Chaturanga Dandasana, or some variation of flow or movement, or that same shortcut right into down dog. Okay, anytime. Okay, meeting in downward facing, still in motion. Whenever you're ready to move, inhale, extend right leg up, quick bend and twist, bending the knee, little lift of the knee creates that twist, and then we'll unwind it, step through, right foot to the top of the mat, Warrior One. Let's pause in our Warrior One. Let's arrive in Warrior One. Reaching, almost like that tree pose, lift, but then there's this little extra lunge here. Strong, straight leg behind you as best as you can. You want to feel like the outer thigh is even moving towards the wall behind you. The outside edge of the foot really pressing into the earth. Right knee and toes pointing forward, heart is forward. We're breathing in. And our exhale, opening to your Warrior Two. Make those adjustments with the feet. There you go. Okay, we're going to reverse the warrior here. So right palm will flip up and then just reach up into the air. And the left hand might just rest on that left leg, or even place hand on hip for a little extra support of the body. You can reach straight up. You can reach slightly behind you, creating that bend in the torso if that feels okay. Make sure there's breath. Okay, we're going to come back to Warrior Two. Okay, hold in Warrior Two just for a second there. And then our windmill all the way around to the floor in front. Step back, plank pose. Finish the sequence as you'd like. Modify. Or choose a flow that feels good at this moment. Arriving in downward facing dog. Feel free to rest at any time when you're ready to continue. And inhale, extend left leg into the air, bend and twist open. There's the hip opener, mild rotation in the spine. Go ahead and unwind it. Step through left foot to the top of the mat, pausing in our Warrior One. But set it up first. Once you've planted that right heel down behind you, find the balance. Hinge from hips, rising up, reaching there. Keep breathing. Each inhale might feel like you're continuing to reach beyond the ceiling. Each exhale is more core connection or just the strength in the legs in that lunge. Same effect. That back leg mostly straight, feeling the outer thigh engaged like it's moving to the wall behind you. Outside edge of the foot, rooting into the earth. There's a slight twist that's happening. That's what's helping us to get into this right hip flexor, especially with the arms in the air. Breathe in. Exhale, opening it to your Warrior Two. Arriving in the posture, and then we'll reverse our warrior. There we go. Left hand reaching up. Now you might be reaching forward, slightly up, or straight up, or even slightly behind you. Okay, whatever feels best for you on this side. As long as you feel like there's movement of breath. Breath can easily flow. It doesn't feel congested. Doesn't feel like it's going to get stuck. Okay, let's come back up to a Warrior Two, just to arrive in the posture again. And then our windmill, all the way around down to the floor in front. Step back, plank pose. Completing the series as you'd like. Good, nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop, both feet up to the top of the mat, stay on your feet. Inhale, monkey pose, and a fold. Let's reverse the swan dive. Inhale, rising all the way up, reach, big stretch. Exhale, arms down to your side. Okay, let's do a couple things here as a setup for our next pose. Let's just kind of get the shoulders involved here and our backs. Okay, so with me, go ahead and inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down slowly, and then as they come down, reach behind you. Just reaching for those back corners of your mat. Straight arms, active hands. Feel like you're reaching for the corners. And then feel like you're holding on to something behind you. Feel tall, long neck. You might need to put a little bend in the knees. Okay. And as you're able, interlace the fingers here. Elbows can stay bent, but as you're able, maybe you're reaching towards your heels or towards the floor to help straighten the arms a bit. You might even notice the shoulders drop down a little lower. And with the arms behind you, perhaps you can squeeze the shoulder blades together a bit more, some more activation in the back body. Again, it's okay to have a little bend in the knees. Actually, go ahead and do put a bend in the knees, and we'll tip over like we're in chair pose, like this. If the fingers are folded, they can just rest on your body, or maybe you can pull them away a little bit and just feel like your knuckles are reaching for the back edge of your mat. Keeping the neck long, just see if you can imagine or really just feel, what angle is your spine, okay? As you've tipped over like this, and is your neck in that same alignment? 2 more breaths. Fill up the lungs. We really are expanding through the chest here. After that second breath, just soften, release, stand, take the arms up for a little extra stretch, and releasing back down to the sides. All right, so we have the arms behind us for that pose and movement. Now we're going to bring the arms in front of us. We're going to be going into eagle posture or eagle pose, and that certainly involves the legs as well. Okay, so we'll start with the arms. We're going to inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, bring the arms down slowly. Let's pay attention to the left arm, bringing it down. Bring both arms in front of you, but your left arm is going to come down and behind or underneath the right at the elbow, so you make your X, and then flip the palms forward or up, and then lift the hands, and as you're able, wrap up the arms. Okay, so very different from being here. Okay, now we're here. Even if you aren't able to wrap the arms, they can just stay crossed, yes? Put a little bend in the knees. Put weight into your right foot, root. Okay, inhale, just feel the lengthening of the spine. Exhale, really feel that core connection, helping you to establish balance so you can pick up this left foot, cross this left leg entirely over the right here. Now, some of you might be able to actually wrap the foot around that right leg. If not, just keep it free, but activate the foot, point the toes, flex the foot, or even use the floor. Okay, so our eagle pose. Perhaps squeezing a little tighter in the arms, maybe in the legs. Now, I mentioned earlier when you're doing tree pose, you can see clearly forward. Here, we cannot. We have an obstacle that's in front of us. But imagine you're seeing right through it. Inhale, squeeze a little tighter. Exhale, let's uncross the legs first. Plant the feet. Unwrap the arms. Reach out. Reach up. Take your time. Big stretch. You can feel this opening as we're going right into the other side. So exhale, arms come down. Let's pay attention to the right arm now. Coming down and behind or underneath the left here. Crossing at the elbows. Palms up. Lift up. Wrap it up. If you have another way that's easier for you to get into that posture, no worries. Okay, a little bend in the knees. Put weight into your left foot. Make sure with your exhale you have a good core connection, ready for your balance. Picking up the right foot, crossing that right leg entirely over the other. Yeah, certainly welcome to be near a wall and just kind of lean against a wall if you need to for this balance. Trying to just imagine that you could see directly through this obstacle, your arms. Squeezing a little tighter. Okay, inhale, here we go. Exhale to uncross the legs, plant the feet, unwrap the arms, take your time to really reach out, good extension. We're going to flow from here. Inhale all the way up, exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose, lengthening. Exhale, fold all the way down, plant the hands, hop or step back, plank pose, come down if you'd like, chaturanga dandasana, these are always options. Okay. Each time you come to plank pose, decide what you would like to do next. Ending in downward facing. Okay. Let's inhale, take right leg up behind you. Hold on the exhale. Just keep these straight lines. So strong hands rooting into the earth, strong straight arms, lengthened torso, and that straight leg behind you. Reach. You might even feel your left heel press towards the floor. It may not touch the floor, doesn't have to, but you might feel a little extra length and stretch. Okay, then rise up onto the tiptoes of that standing foot. Inhale, and exhale to step right foot to the top of the mat. Come to a high lunge. High lunge. So everything's facing forward here, all 10 toes pointing forward, that left heel is lifted up behind you, reaching. Just like the warrior one, is a lift sensation and a lunge sensation. Hug to center, and that squeeze to midline. Imagine there's a block between the knees, squeeze it. Draw belly in, hold on to an imaginary object over your head, even if it's wide, that's fine. Breathing in, you might even lift a little bit just to unlock kind of the hips here, so you can easily open into your warrior two. Stay in warrior two, yeah, just arrange the feet. Okay, our next warrior position. Stay nice and tall. You're going to inhale and just reach out with the arms. As you exhale, bring the arms down behind you. As you're able, interlace the fingers, kind of like what we did earlier, just in standing. Okay, interlace fingers, root down towards the floor with the knuckles, shoulders drop, roll shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together. And start to turn your torso a little bit towards this left corner of the room. We're going to inhale, even tip the chin up with the idea of opening up the heart, fill up the lungs. Exhale, hinge forward out towards this left corner. And just come down, maybe we'll pause here at parallel to the floor. It's okay if your torso touches this right leg. You can stay just like this. Or continue. You can inhale, more length in the torso. Exhale, stay here, or go lower. Depending on how this feels in your shoulders and hands. Your hands, your folded fingers might still be resting on the low back, or you've lifted them a little bit away from the body. Or maybe your knuckles are reaching for the ceiling. Okay? You don't have to force any of that. Now, another thing that's happening is a lot of energy is coming forward, your head, your foot. So we want to make sure we've got balance. So feel that back leg, kind of like in Warrior One, that outside portion of the thigh reaching to the back of the room. Start to rise up so you're halfway up, that halfway lift. Release the hands, reach forward, face forward so you can rise again to a Warrior One. Bring the hands down to the floor, fingertips to the floor. Stay here. Rise up on your tiptoes again behind you. So you're in this runner's lunge. Okay? Your transition here, just walk your hands forward and just step into forward fold. Just step into forward fold. Okay? Inhale, monkey pose. We're just going to continue from here. Fold again all the way down. Plant your hands. Hop or step back plank. Come down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose or something in between or something different. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips just float into the sky. Here we go. Inhale, extend left leg into the air. Reach and hold. Strong straight lines here. Hands root into the floor. Feel how the arms just kind of fire up. Feel the bicep squeeze in towards your ears. Left leg's extended. That right heel might be pressing towards the floor for a couple breaths. For a little stretch for the calf muscle. Then rise up onto the tiptoes of that foot. Inhale. Then exhale, a step left foot to the top of the mat for our high lunge. Right heel stays lifted, all 10 toes pointing forward. Find that centering, yes. So you can easily hinge from hips. Rising up, reaching up into the air, lift and lunge. And find your center. Squeeze. A little more balance work here. We're going to inhale, just lift a little to relax the hips so you can open up easily to your Warrior Two. Adjust the feet. We're ready for our humble warrior. Inhale, reaching out with the arms. Exhale, bring the arms down behind you. Interlace your fingers as you're able. Reaching for the floor with the knuckles. Shoulders drop. See if you can roll the shoulders back. Squeeze. Okay, let's turn the torso towards the right corner of the room. We're inhaling, tipping the chin up, opening up the heart. Big breath in. Exhale, lead with the heart, going towards that corner, coming down, pause at parallel. Inhale here, more length. Exhale, stay here or go lower. Okay? And just notice as you fold and come to this hinged position, how much more energy is coming forward. You might feel like there's more weight in this left knee, left foot. So this might require, maybe if you can wiggle the right foot back a little bit and feel that, I feel your hips kind of shift back, finding that balance. Again, the outside edge of that right foot pressing to the floor, outer right thigh engaged. There's your balance. Humble warrior. Start to rise up so you're parallel to the floor. Start to face forward. Release the fingers. Rise up, warrior one. And exhale, fold. Bring the fingertips to the floor here. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. So we're in that runner's lunge feeling. Okay. Shifting the weight forward so you can step forward into forward fold. Okay, inhale, monkey pose. Fold again. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, coming all the way up, reaching into the sky. Exhale, arms down to your side. Okay. So I've called this class Reveal Your Warrior. So how that revealing happens is we're going to be starting our sequence in eagle, which is really a bound up posture, right? Our focus isn't very clear because we have this obstacle. But it's interesting because we call it eagle, but even though it's a bound up posture, when we think of eagles, we think of, broad wingspans and opening and flight, okay, and sky, all of that as well, okay? But what we'll do as we get out of our postures, that's how we will reveal our warriors, okay? So we'll do a step back, open up into a warrior two, and continue with all that warrior flow, okay? We're going to add a third one or another one in a moment, but let's go through that one first. Starting with the eagle pose. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, arms come down, paying attention to left arm is going to come down and behind or underneath the right. There's our elbows, making the X, flip the palms up, lift. Keep the X or wrap it up. Soft knees, bent knees, shift weight into right foot, root, core connection, exhale. Okay, ready for your balance. You can pick up your left foot, cross that leg entirely over the other. Use the floor if you need to. Okay. This broadens the back as the shoulders come forward, squeezing the arms and wrapped up hands, squeezing the legs. Let's move. We're going to breathe in. As we exhale, let's uncross the leg, but send that left foot back behind us. Once you've landed, let's unwrap the arms, kind of like the eagle spreading its wings into the warrior. And then, yes, reverse the warrior right up into the air. Okay. We're going to skip a few because we're going to windmill. Bring the hands down to the floor in front because we're going to add another pose. Bring the fingertips to the floor. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Okay. And if you happen to have a block might come in handy because we're going to walk the hands forward. You can keep the fingertips on the floor or bring in some blocks. Weight shift into the front foot so the left leg can float up into the air. Okay. Now this could be the end of the posture, just like this. Standing on the right foot, that right knee could be very bent, but see if you can really extend through that left leg. You had a lot of practice with all those down dogs with the leg extended. Again, fingertips can stay on the floor, or maybe you can take the hands off the floor. Now you can reach behind you with the hands, or as you're able, reach forward with the hands. This is Warrior 3. Yes. Okay. Hands can come back down to the floor. Let's bend that left knee, bring it in towards chest. Set the foot down next to the other. Forward fold. Find your balance on 2 feet. Just re-extend the spine, monkey pose right here. Back down. Reverse your swan dive. Coming all the way up. Let's do the other side. Reaching into the air. Exhale. Arms come down. We're going to eagle again. So right arm will come down and behind the left. There's our X. Palms up. Lift up. Wrap it up. Soft knees. Weight into the left foot since we're balancing on the left foot. Core connection, ready for balance. We can pick up the right foot, cross that right leg entirely over the left. Squeeze. Okay, getting ready to reveal your warriors. Breathe in, squeeze a little tighter. Exhale, let's uncross the legs, send the right foot back, landing, unwrap the arms, spread your wings, out into your warrior. And then reverse your warrior. Nice stretch and opening through that left side. Yes. Then a big windmill all the way down to the floor in front. Stay here on the fingertips. Rise up onto tiptoes behind your runner's lunge. Okay. Get the block ready. Start walking the hands forward. Use the block so you can balance on your left foot while the right leg floats into the air. Activate that right leg by pointing the toes, reaching to the back wall, even flexing the foot. This could be the end of the posture. Use the floor, use the blocks. Or if you're able, rise up a little bit so you can release the hands from the ground. Maybe at least one. Maybe reaching one or both arms behind you, or one or both arms in front of you for Warrior 3. All these nice variations. Perfect. Hands come down to the ground. Bend the right knee, bring it into chest. Set the foot down next to the other. Here's our forward fold. Take monkey pose just to get that extension through the spine and maybe the legs. Exhale, fold again. Weight shift into the heels. Bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Grow tall, reaching into the air. Yes? And exhale, arms down to your side. Okay. So it's kind of a preview. That was just a little shorter version of the sequence. Let's put in all the warriors. Again, starting with the eagle pose. And we'll just make these flow. Do your best. Okay, inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, arms down. The left arm comes down and behind or underneath the right. X. Flip the palms up. Wrap it up. Soft knees. Weights in the right foot. Core connection on the exhale. So you can pick up the left leg, cross it over the right. Squeeze. Okay. Looking through the arms. Inhale, squeeze a little tighter. With the exhale, releasing. Uncross the leg, left foot steps back, open up, Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, reaching up maybe slightly behind you. Okay, come back to the Warrior 2. Reach out strongly with the arms, drop the hands down behind you, humble warrior. Fold the fingers, root down. Shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Turn torso towards the left corner of the room. Inhale, tip chin up, open the heart. Yes? Yeah, exhale, fold. Go to parallel to the floor or just keep on going down if that works. Check in with the weight shift. Are you really shifted forward into this front foot or knee? If so, slide the left foot back, shift your hips back. See if that helps with the balance. Activate that left foot and outer left leg. Rise up to parallel to the floor, start to turn to face forward, release the fingers so we can shoot the arms forward and up. You'll be in Warrior 1. Getting ready for Warrior 3. Fold, hands down to the floor, even a little push from behind of that back foot to balance on the right foot. Use the floor, use the blocks. Okay, extend the arms forward, back. Okay, give me one arm or two. Yes. Beautifully done. Okay. Hands come down to the floor, left knee bends, draw it in towards chest, let the back round like cat pose, set the foot down. Monkey pose, extend. There's your fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. All the way up we go. Second side. Eagle, right arm or arm comes down, right arm down and behind the left. Wrap it up as you, yep, there you go. Soft knees, weight shift into the left foot, root, core connection. Don't forget that breath. Crossing right over left. Squeeze. Use the floor if you need to. Maybe you're more crossed at the shins. Preparing to reveal your warrior. Inhale, squeeze a little tighter. Exhale, uncross. Step back with the right foot. Spread your wings. Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. All of our warriors here. Back through a Warrior 2. Pause at Warrior 2 actually. Prepare for humble. Reaching out. Okay, drop hands behind you. Interlace fingers. Press towards the floor. Roll shoulders back. Okay, and squeeze shoulder blades together. Turn torso towards the right corner. Inhale, tip chin and chest up. Exhale, fold. Even midway down, you can start to shift that right foot back so you keep that centering. So not too much pressure goes into that front knee or foot. Okay, check in with how low you are, how high the hands can lift. Not that you have to do either, but just check in where they are. We're rising, so we're parallel to the floor, so we can kind of swivel to face forward, release the fingers, reach forward, then up, warrior one. Prep for warrior three. So hands down to the floor in front. Okay, a little launch, use the block. That right leg just floats into the air. And the reason why it can float is because you're activating the leg, pointed toes or flexed foot to engage those muscles, one arm or two, extending either forward or back. Perfect. Yeah, hand or hands can be on your thigh, that left thigh. And a wonderful way to do this posture. Okay. Let's fold to bring the hands down to the floor. Bend the right knee, bring it into chest. Then your little cat pose, foot to the floor. Monkey pose. We're going to flow from here. Okay, just fold, bring the hands to the ground. Hop or step back, plank pose. Come on down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity to pause and rest. So maybe child's pose. Bring the knees to the floor, maybe taking the knees wide. Sit back. This could even be puppy pose, which means your hips don't come all the way down to the heels. Maybe the hips are slightly lifted, and the arms are just, you're on your forearms here. Just an opportunity also to check in with breath. There were some engaging movements, some balance, some openings. So make your reconnection to breath. Use this space, and I'll remind you to do this again later. Maybe use this space to tap in again to your warrior. What does warrior mean to you? How does the warrior show up in you? Take 3 more breaths. Taking your time, no rush to move. Just make your way up to hands and knees. And whenever you do arrive here, maybe a series of breaths for cat and cow. Take as many as you'd like. Still moving at your own breath pace. Checking in with the body. You can certainly just do this maneuver of the spine and pelvis, but if there's extra movements that you like to do while you're here, add those. It might be a little circling of the hips, for example. Or even coming off the hands, coming down to the elbows. You can still do that flow. It feels a little different, but you can still do that undulation of the spine. Finish this breath, take 2 more. Pause in this tabletop position just for a breath. And then we'll take a seat, so you might just sit back to get off the hands, sit off to the side, legs around to the front. If you happen to have, if that block was out in front of you, maybe bring it next to you. Roll down onto your back. Hug the knees in. Again, keep checking in with breath, how your body feels. Add movement here. Check in with your feet. We'll do an inversion here where you can just extend the legs straight up into the air. I'll give you several versions, you know them all. Okay, or bring feet to the floor. Press feet into the floor, lift your hips and sit on a block if you want, and then extend the legs. Or take shoulder stand. Okay, where the legs and hips go in the air and you're just sitting in your hands, okay? Any way you want to practice this upside down posture. First, just experience, yes, the extension, the energy that it takes to be here. Okay? And then we're going to wind it up. See if you can create eagle legs. Okay? Crossing one leg around the other. Here, because you're upside down, you can bend the knees a whole lot, which may allow you to hook that foot around the other leg there. Just choose a direction because you're going to do both sides. There you go. A little extra squeeze when you feel complete, and then release it. So you can feel the difference of the squeezing that tension and then release to free it up, and then do the other side. Just cross your legs the other way. When you're complete with those binds, those eagle legs, squeeze, and then release. Legs are free, maybe straight up, and then gradually making your way back down to the earth. Here, let's take fish pose, where you extend the legs straight out in front of you. You want to get your arms underneath you, and you're going to be lying on your straight arms here, squeezing the shoulder blades together, palms down. You'll probably be sitting right on top of the hands. Press the elbows into the floor to help lift your upper body, lifting the whole torso up like you're in a lounge chair. Tip the chin up, maybe back a little bit. You're opening up through the chest. It's a back bend. Now your crown or the top of the head might touch the floor, or you might be high enough where you're not touching the floor at all, but you are arched back. Pointed toes or just active feet. 3 breaths. Okay. Another kind of an opening of the body, the whole front side of the body, opening your heart. When you're complete, if you're in that fish pose, lifting the head off the floor, tip chin in towards chest, lie down, then release your arms out from underneath you, and just take a quick little preview into Shavasana, so let everything go. Let's add a few more poses. Hug the knees into chest. Choose a hip opener. Might be happy baby pose or something similar to that. It could be a reclining cobbler's pose. Adding movement is certainly appropriate here, just to get into the hips a little bit more. Whenever you are complete with your hip openers, your next pose can be a spinal twist. When you come to that, you might hug the knees in towards the body. You can start with either side, but I'm just going to say send the knees over to the left. Extend your right arm to the right. Aware of the sensation in the body, aware of your breath. It's just these 2 simple things that really do help us stay in the moment. Just paying attention to the sensation and paying attention to the breath. And when it comes to the sensation, part of the practice there is to not bring judgment to it. Just call it what it is. Just call it a twist, or this is, I have sensation. Two more breaths. return to center. Pause in center. And then taking knees to the other side to complete your twists. Aware of your breath, keeping you in the moment. Perhaps 2 more breaths. When you're complete, make your way to center. Then guiding your body into Shavasana or any other relaxing pose. Settling in. And as you did in child's pose, thinking about, bringing to your heart or mind what the warrior means to you. Return to the awareness of your breath. And with this awareness, stay in touch with what the warrior means to you, the feeling or the image of how that warrior shows up in you. Take 5 slow, steady breaths. Feeling movement begin to return to your body, taking your time. When you are ready, after that 5th breath, rolling onto either side of your body, just briefly here in this nurturing pose, and then guiding your way up to seated. Move in slow motion. Once you are in seated, feel the relaxation through your shoulders, down through your arms. Your hands might be resting in your lap, or you can bring hands to heart center. Take 1 more breath. And as we come to the close of this portion of our journey together, we bow saying, Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.